everyone, welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. Now you just met Rai and she had a very interesting guest with her, Mr. Sarath Senaviratne, and I'm sure you enjoyed that particular segment as well. It's always fun to speak to someone who's involved in the arts as well and with such experience as he has. But right now with me I have some very special guests in the studio, and they've been helping students to realize their dreams and their aspirations for many years now. Starting in 2005 they've built their name, and I'm sure it's a name that you'll recognize as well once you hear it. So I have with me here the chairman as well as the managing director of Aspirations Education Private Limited, the chairman Mr. Ajit Abesekara, as well as the managing director Ms. Deepamala Abesekara. Good morning. It's great to have both of you on the show with us.
Thank you for inviting us.
And so aspirations, like I said before, is something that's been synonymous so far with providing great quality education for Sri Lankan students. But I think everyone would like to know how it started out. Now I've heard that this is something you started, Mr. Abesekara.
Yeah, the exhibition of course is for the 8th consecutive year. So aspirations, as you know, everyone has aspirations.
Of course.
And then I think 90% of the time the aspirations are fulfilled through education. So that's how aspirations education came into being. So from that time up to now we have helped, I would say, thousands of students in counseling. Not that so many have gone abroad, but when they come in search of guidance and career guidance, the educational opportunities that are available in various countries, so we try to give them a very balanced outlook to select which way they should go, how much are they going to spend based on their financial background and their education qualifications and their aptitudes and all the other things. We have to take it into account and then decide on a common area where they should slowly move forward, rather than just pushing them into this or that country or to this or that course. So ideally it's teamwork between the student, the parent and us. So that we should then give them the best possible value for money with the limited resources that everyone has to go the optimum distance. So this is what aspirations is all about.
And as you mentioned, now you've had thousands of success stories, but something very exciting is happening in July, and that is something that's happening for the 8th consecutive year in Sri Lanka, and that's the Aspirations International Education Exhibition. So Deepamala, I think you can give us some information about how that started out.
Yeah, again, as you said, the whole idea that why aspirations exist, it's a career guidance center, and we offer students advice, and the whole idea is look at the students' aspirations, their financial affordability and the qualifications, and we try to match the aspirations that they have and give them opportunities that and make that correct marriage. So in that context, Aspirations, personally, we've seen more than 250 universities world over in UK, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, etc. And for the past 10 years, because this is our decade of service, we have been working with over 100 universities. So this wealth of information is what we want to pass on to the Sri Lankan students, and it's not possible for many students to always travel abroad to get this information. You can always go on Google and get information, but it is not as close as getting the direct information from the horse's mouth itself. So we have taken upon ourselves a mandate to disseminate information for students and parents to make the right decision at the correct time. So because of that, we thought the best way to do that is making use of the connections and the relationships we have with all the countries and the universities to bring them down to Sri Lanka. So it is actually the largest international education exhibition, because there are other exhibitions, either it's focusing on one particular country or it's Sri Lanka as a whole. But this is the one exhibition where all the countries come together under one roof, and the whole idea, as you asked why we started, is for students to compare and contrast the options and decide for themselves. And also at this point we want to tell the parents that it is also in the hands of the parents to decide the future of the children and to give the guidance at the right time. So have the parents done their background research? are they doing the right thing by the students by obtaining information as much as possible to make that right decision and help their children to make that right decision. So we, after existing in the field for about 10 years, we have counseled more than 20,000 students.
Wow.
And that experience, traveling to 250 universities, working with 100 universities, that is how we know what is available out there. So we look at the student and the parent and the aspirations and try to bring it together. This exhibition in particular will address this fact because they will come in person, the representative from the universities themselves. So the parents and the students are advised to come and talk to them and interact with them to make that decision that can make or break their child's future.
Wow. So, I mean, this is something that they can come face to face with representatives from the universities themselves. And this is not just mediated by someone else, this is direct contact that you are giving them the opportunity of getting.
The idea actually is to, get them to meet. We can always meet these people, but here is opportunity for them to not to miss, because when you talk to the person directly from that university, naturally he or she would be in a better position to give all the information than us in that way. And also you could ask all your questions, all your doubts, clear all that, and then when you have advanced information, you can then plan your way ahead, rather than rushing into sort of decisions at the last moment. Some people actually wait till the exam results are out and then suddenly they get an idea, I must go to Australia or something like that. So technically speaking, you should really start at least a year ahead. And so that you, especially on the side of the finances, because parents have to plan this out. But once you start on a journey, it can be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Right? So you can't go halfway and then suddenly turn back and find that the money is not there or something else is not right. So you need to plan it out and step by step. So that's why you need that lead time. And the other thing is that the students also should not just because, your friend went to this country or your neighbor went to some other place, should not be the reason, because finally you have to handle your own life, right? It's not someone else who is going to dictate and guide you. So you should not just rush into decision, because though maybe emotionally you would like to do this or that, but here I think intelligence matters. So you need to look at a way of looking at things on a more calm basis and see where your aptitudes are, where your liking is, and what are you really good at. Because as you select a field, if you are not good at it, though you may like it, right, you might struggle. So the thing is that you have to select the field that you are quite conversant and capable of. Even parents should actually look at this aspect. Sometimes we see that they have decided for the children, which being a parent, I don't think is the right thing. These are all separate individuals. They may be our children, but at the same time, each person sort of develops in a certain way. So what we have to do as parents is to observe them, see their skills and abilities, and then support them in that. For me, finally, I think any field and every field matters in this world. Right? There is no one field that is superior to the other, right? Because the society consists of all these people. Everyone has to play their role. So if you do it well, whichever the role is, you will naturally shine, right?
Definitely.
So I think I am talking here more as a parent than as a person who is involved. I have gone through this process as a parent, and today I am there on a different scale and connecting up and interacting with all these parties. So the wealth of experience that we have, having gone through the mill, so to say, is what we would like them to make use of through us as well as through the university representatives.
Of course, and that's exactly what you're offering at the Aspirations International Education Exhibition. This is happening on the 5th and the 6th of July at the Taj Samudra in Colombo, and this is an opportunity for all parents as well as students to come there to interact with the representatives from various universities, from so many educational hubs around the world, and it's going to be a great opportunity for everyone to really meet their aspirations and to find out ways of meeting their aspirations. So with that, we're going for a short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Good Morning Sri Lanka.